Hi, my name is Sophie Basson and I am a relationship expert, international speaker and best-selling author of a book and a half. Today, what I'd like to talk to you about is love languages. Now, the person that originally came up with this and wrote a book about it is called Gary Chapman. And what he basically tells us is that there are 5 primary love languages. What's the point of knowing about that? Well, a lot of the time we can be guilty of not feeling loved. And the reason why we don't feel loved is normally because of a love language that we're using and that the other person is probably not using. So let's go into them first. The first one is called, or represents, words of affirmation. What does that mean? It's basically the words I love you, and continually using that kind of language that can be reassuring, but just basically voicing the feelings regularly. That's what it is all about in a nutshell. The second one is quality time. So it's about spending time together that isn't rushed, that's not just watching TV and, not talking, but actually spending time that you enjoy and that is a bit different from the normal routine. The third one is the giving/receiving of gifts. Some people really enjoy buying stuff for their loved ones. They see something in the shop and it's like, oh no, I'm just going to get that because I'm never going to love it. And they continually do that. That's the way they show their love. The fourth one is acts of service. So doing things for that person, always being there, doing the washing up without being asked, for instance. And just doing things and making such an effort so that the person actually feels special. And the last one is physical touch. And that's not just sex, although that does, obviously include that, but just the continually touching, hugging, needing that kind of reassurance that the person is near you. Now, some people, even on a friendship level, are not huggy types at all. I can think of a few that, they could think not of nothing worse as such, but it's just not them. I know that if I look at myself, my primary language, I don't know, actually I'm quite across the board, I suppose. I do the acts of service quite a bit, I'd like to think. And I do need the feel and the reassurance of hugging or touching, that sort of thing. I do really need that. And I think a lot of the time, the danger is that we're feeling unloved and we don't know why, but that is basically why. But we expect the other person to do what we would do. And expectations at the source of all evil, as far as I'm concerned, because it's something that's not voiced, but that we believe to be true and that should happen. But if you don't tell someone something, how are they going to guess? Especially if they're coming from a completely different angle to yours. So, talking of this, actually, in NLP, we have a neurolinguistic programming. We have a few presuppositions, and one of them is around maps of the world. What does that mean? Well, we all have our own map of the world, and it's been developed from, our own experiences, from life in general, from what we've felt or what we've been taught. So we look at the world from a particular angle and from a particular direction. But someone who's at a completely different upbringing, or who has lived very, very different experiences from a different culture even, we look at it completely differently. So we have got our own maps, but we kind of expect other people to know what they are, but we never voiced that. So I think if you're not necessarily feeling loved, or not in the right way, what you should do is first of all look at yourself. How do you show your love? Not just to your partner, but to your loved ones in general. How do you do that? And then you need to have a conversation and just tell them what you like, and also find out what their favoured way of receiving love is, because it's not just about us. It's all well and good taking, but you've got to give it back, and actually you probably have to give it first. So that's a very, very brief explanation of love languages. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you soon. Thank you.